Welcome everyone to more live Linux distribution development here on our channel. Close before release, I wanted to nearly only do one thing except some small fixes, which is this make stuff from yesterday. Viewers commented setting that to job server pipe might work around this breakage we have seen with the latest make version with some glibc builds. So let's quickly try to patch that and see how that goes, and then finish the rest of the build. Oops, does it apply? This does not even apply. Because we did white space stuff. Of course we did. And one time you do some space. Crazy stuff there with making challenge stuff. But anyway, so by the way, where have we been? So that will cause some build regressions. Previous video. How far did the Spark build? Don't tell me Spark Linux had errored up. Why or why not? And then we take a look into the make sources. Okay, that did not. So glibc is exactly what we wanted to build. Also, let's quickly Spark, because my embarrassingly parallel build stuff builds all of those. Probably 6, so 32. So for that we need initial make, toolchain make. Native tool, and alright, we also need to set thread rip so fast. We obviously need to control C that. Recurring theme, embarrassingly single thread configure, running longer than the compiling the rest of the stuff in parallel, which is why we overclock and stuff. PBO and undervolt. Single core boost for the win. So make that is here, and then our own comments here. We need to, of course, I need to switch that. And so there were some comments of job server pipe here, and the recurring win-win of not only having fun with you and hope you learn something, but also getting some tips and tricks. And of course I could always investigate it, but there's so much stuff not interesting, right? Whether it's one make version or the other stuff needs to build, and if it doesn't build, then also so globally warmed, I think. One moment you freeze and then the sun is shining. So make job server. So job server. Let's hope we can patch the default somewhere. That would be in, and also recurring theme, how you find some stuff. So most of the stuff is in source. That is not given, that is every once in a while somewhere else. And so style pipe, so basically we need to find pipe also somewhere, like POSIX maybe. So here's some JS pipe. Hopefully that is a simple defined somewhere. So job type none, string compare, if style. So yeah, still writing code like it's the 80th, right? Job server auth style and stuff. Pipe by default. Pipe unknown. Does it not look like it? Is defaulting to If not, it must be a simple pipe. Maybe we should first validate that this really goes away. It looks a little bit job server style, fixing this. That. So we just build that, so that should reliably cause a build error for glibc. Usually was it relatively. So yeah, temp file, is it temp file? Cannot open job server? Alright, it even says cannot open job server. Temp. So what should that be? FIFO? Yeah, it also appears to be that glibc make files might not be super amazingly written. Question there. What do you think about Linus talking about dropping support for 486? I find it lazy. I would personally also not have dropped 386. Yes, I get that next to nobody is using that, but that code is so simple and not complex compared to all the USB complexity, PCIe complexity, virtualization complexity, all the security mitigations, right? This is hundreds, maximum or thousands lines of code. Yes, making it maintenance easier, some if-defs and stuff, but it is as silly as removing 386. I understand they want to do as little as possible, and well, as little as possible in the context of they have a million lines of AMD GPU code to maintain and stuff, but yeah. Of course, I couldn't care less because I have previous videos, I have some 486 for vintage and retro fun here, but yeah. We will do some low-level codes, so with the microkernel, right, this will start as soon as I have this T2 release out. Then we will continue with way more real low-level assembly, bootloader, operating system kernel stuff, and of course we will support 386 and 486 just for the fun of it. And I saw it also previous video, right? I have multi microkernel and similar OS design talks of ideas and future vision and stuff, how we building OS operating systems entirely different with hardware, like entirely different. Certainly Windows also has no hardware abstraction layer, but if we would have like hardware abstraction layers, like some whole modules of encapsulating 386 versus other SMP and stuff, then we would not even have that. And we would have more binary compatible drivers and so on. Anyway, so let's see if that goes away. Where would we do that? Parse config, maybe not there. Maybe I recently did I add that here of make opt j, maybe. Probably not make. Maybe not here. But yeah, what do you think about that? Leave in the comments below. There is something to probably that looks better. So again, we might be able to work around this with that. And I mean, yeah, the reason is I don't want to patch that because other Make implementations might not have the same job server thing, and in general, I don't really care what job server type thing they use. Let's see if, not that we work around and debug with this C code, although it looks like on a first glance that it builds longer. So apparently there might be some default. The comment might actually be accurate. Also, yeah, Epic Threadripper Horizon 7950X. I have no words. So it builds a while, so chances are very high that this indeed works around that. But I would prefer my Make to just work. I don't like my Make GNU borked. Was it main? It was POSIX OS maybe. No. All right. If style not pipe, no pipe, is it some, or is it set somewhere string compare style pipe JS type JS type, nah. So that is initialized to none. Maybe we can simply initialize it to pipe. What's going on here? Frame prefix. Warns about use of mktemp even though we aren't using it in dangerous ways here, so avoid this by generating our own temporary file. Are you freaking kidding me? String compare. First see if you're using the name pipe. FIFO that. Job server get invalid auth. If you're using the name pipe, you don't. Appears to be purely in, or is it? What was the other FIFO? Should be all in there though. Didn't immediately have MK FIFO. Style, job server setup, style null. Or, okay, so here's style null or string compare style FIFO. So I guess it is initialized to null, so job server setup, where would that be? Maybe it's, I mean I could try to just change this initialization there. Job slots -1. So how do they job slots greater than 1? Job server style, they also have using job style. Okay, that is null. Okay, so that is null until set. What was it? Did I still? I have that still. So I guess we change that from style, so explicit FIFO. Style FIFO. Do they set this then? Unfortunately, libc, yada yada yada. We probably should directly search to why read when you can let your computer search for a string. Okay, here they set this to none. So if it is after this stuff, so the JS job server style. A type. Here they, once they call it style, once they call it type. Nah. And then you wonder that. Probably should give an even more amazing editor. So do this FIFO stuff there, and then if it's still none, basically it wasn't set. Basically this is sanity checking that it's something else in pipe. and then use pipe. So I guess that is all is needed, not initializing the job server style FIFO there, and then it's none, and then we fall back to pipe. I probably should do it. Incidentally, so I said I could have randomly tried it, but reading that another 2 minutes, I found, so I would have wasted the time so much to just trying it. Sure, you can always do it. I often also do it, but if I would have just changed the initialization, I wouldn't have changed a thing, probably because I think the assignment was, so there was input, argument, comparison, and then setting the job server type anyway. Job server, should we call this? As a job server JS, job server pipe, not to have overly long. So, then let's revert that. I nearly would have also, did we build that? Interrupt. Maybe we should not have interrupted that. Doesn't matter. So let's revert that again. Job server, and that is this kind of thing you easily forget, and then you test it and you actually didn't test the right thing. We need to rebuild make, obviously, and then let's see. I've building for some hours already here on the 1750X. I had this pre-built. Quite some builds the last days, it's the last 24 hours. Our segmentation fold. Oops, we just made our Mac segmentation fold. That's not really good. Womp, womp, wow. Style. What does string compare null? Does that segmentation fold? We could check that. This kind of stuff I also forget sometimes. It does, sometimes it doesn't. Wait a second. Let's see if that works. It probably segmentation for in that. C, U. Maybe can't string compare. No pointer. So if that is set, if style, whatever, and it's FIFO, otherwise the other stuff. Let's try that again. Fingers crossed. Real professionals at work here. I know we segmentation for our own stuff. So this only happens, it's using its own make already. We can of course delete this. I have a system make, so it's not using the system make, but we have a, didn't expect that to be used. But yeah, if you rebuild this, then you have your reuse your broken binary. Not a big thing. Didn't immediately segmentation fold, so probably you can't string compare null pointers. Yeah, see, it's amazing. It's kind of details I also tend to forget after 20 years. Which I also would not want to do it like that. So maybe that hotfix is enough to ship Make 4.4. Maybe I should actually measure the performance. I mean, so much stuff we could do. I mean, but who cares if Make, was it set to be? I think there was like changes, like sometimes not using or comparing too many rules, implicit rules or whatnot. So maybe it is a second faster, but yeah, we could benchmark that stuff, but maybe honestly nobody cares about Mac performance anyway. But it looks good, that builds. We need to rebuild all those makes. Did we have any updates? I think I've run data already. The data, all right, data, that was this today? The second, it's today. Perf, data found quite some light updates as per usual. So yeah, it builds longer, that has a chance of actually building something. So I will not throw away the builds we did, except make, just to save some electrons. Basically one make. So how many one makes did we? None. Did we not yet build any one make? Which would be good. Then I only throw away, so this I can simply delete. Auto make, no, just make. So this is native tools, and apparently we had 0 native. Or did we, or is it 2 make? Oh, we have two makes. Not so fast. So 2 builds processed as much. And so I fully wipe that. Otherwise we might leak some files from the old make into the binary package. That of course would be not ideal. So that, and the other was PowerPC, right? No. 32. Not fancy 64-bit LE stuff. And then this 2 make files, because they're not part of the binary package. So this builds, why does it build so long though? Is it really, wait, what if I don't know? Why does this look so crappy? Alacrity. Is there a new freaking version? So yeah, thanks for that tip. That indeed helped. Yeah, new features, new name pipe, whatever stuff. Like, yeah, nothing failing like that. What did I want to check? That alacrity. Using the world's lastest. Also, actually, maybe it might be Tmax. Actually, now that I think about this, might be both though. But maybe there's a new release. Sometimes data doesn't get all the GitHub things. 21 days ago. 11. We have that already though, but maybe I'm not running that. Yeah, I'm not running that. Is this still building? Actually, it's still building something there. Is it not? Why is it not embarrassingly parallel? Is this some glib marginality or? Did we break make? J32 though. Hello, are you fine? Make and GCC, or did we patch you to death? Also, make is running. Why is make? You know what, maybe we should have let, I'm not sure if this is normal, that make is consuming so much CPU cycle, so much to that science experiment. Maybe we wasted all our time for like literally nothing. because it's surely not normal that Make is using. Yeah, so much to. Maybe we should pro tip then, but I mean, I try to work as professional as possible. But even professionals, even senior programmers with 25 years experience at times make mistakes. Mistakes were made. Maybe it would have been better, so pro tip for that, to fully test that before, because we didn't fully test that. So the question is, maybe that doesn't fully fix it after all. Or we broke it. Maybe I should run the both for that. So first Make, and then let's hope this part, maybe partially broken Make, can rebuild itself. What? J option requires positive integer argument. Or maybe I forgot to copy and paste your next one. So Alacrity, let's restart our Alacrity. Maybe it's better, we will see. Or it was Tmax. So that's glibc. Let's see if we still have some more debugging to do. I mean, it's so simple code. No, we didn't broke it. So yeah, so much to that. I would have saved myself 15 minutes. Cool. That fix is not fixing it. So much to I thanked already for, hey, thanks for that tip, but yeah, that is some infinite loop of hold and catch fire. So yeah, so much to adding insult to this injury that is that Make version 2. I think I don't want to ship that. I think that is too broken for me. But good that we tested that. So yeah, that is somehow infinite looping now. Spinning electrons in a circle. Womp, womp, womp. So yeah, question there is this a T2 Linux? What do you mean with this? With a T2 Linux? But yes, that is T2 Linux. The distribution I developed for 25 years and since 3 years live on YouTube. For more people to learn about this or learn something similar. So yeah, we put this, may this Make rest in peace. This version is officially too broken for me. Alright, this doesn't revert like that. So yeah, nothing like. So the good thing is we don't really. We didn't have to rebuild that, but now we did. Alright, now we need to rebuild Sparksing here. So yeah, but this is also the thing, right? Other people on the internet tell me, yeah, but if you run like that, it's less broken, different broken, or not as broken. But yeah, it's still broken. It's looks like a duck, sounds like a duck. Sure is a duck. Now that maybe it does not job server thing, maybe. Yeah, let's give it one more try. So that should be the previous Make version that actually freaking worked TM. We probably should have. But yeah, with the only constant is change and regressions. This is how IT people waste their day, their time, how big mega corporations and open source people waste each other's time, and why we can't have the desktop Linux or other like hashtag peak bugs on macOS and Windows too, because managers demand changes for the sake of changes, and at the end of the day it looks worse and is more buggy. Cheers to that achievement. Yeah, so I take the previous working Mac version over new broken shit. If there's a wake me up if there's a new Mac version or patch or whatever, but that obviously is not shippable. But thanks nonetheless for this tip and stuff. What's the tool similar to top? That is btop. There's also htop and atop, but currently btop is my favorite for CPU load I mostly need to see, and of course we have a package for that in T2, but that is not a T2 tool that we just package aristocrats. btop there, it's a new version, 26 days ago, 1.2.12. Somehow everything in T2 is up to date. How is that? Except make, which is broken. So yeah, let's control that. Let's continue the build. Or actually, let's only sleep like 16 because I noticed this morning that was way too staged. So yeah, then we can continue the journey of releasing that. Do we have anything else to did I fully finish a x86 build? I think I did this morning. Maybe actually, wait a second, that build is, yeah, so that build was running there already. We could quickly, right, the sizes. So since we are not size optimizing that anymore for more performance, the ISO is now, with all the stuff we added, so large that it's more than 1 point whatever gigabyte. Which, yeah, GCC, right. They also now ship Ada, so maybe Ada stuff adds significant portion. Although it looks extraordinarily large, to be fair, but we could take a look. I think previously GCC was only 80 megabyte. Now it's 160, which is crazy. I would mostly attribute that to Ada though. But it's not so easy to debug that now. Except maybe looking into, I mean, it's all of Go and Ada. I mean, Ada is completely new. We didn't ship that before. We could size that. Yeah, it's ton of, yeah, okay, it's ton of static libraries, and those, are they AT? They might not be LTO'd, but 31 meg. I mean, it's not that huge, but I mean, 31 meg is something, plus all the other surrounding Ada stuff. So, I mean, plus Go and whatever load, and it is what it is. You ask for a full-featured GCC, and you get a full-featured GCC on platforms that supports it. Yeah, that looks nice, which is why I'm using that. Mr. received a job offer today on DevOps. Happy to hear that. Good luck with your new job. So yeah, stuff is building. We have some, so this previously Control-C that or kill all that. We have Perl there, so yeah, I have still some things to fix, which probably I will do later. Not to always have 40 minutes. But then we will also release T2. All right, we need. Should I actually change the defaults? Should I always? I mean, I could override that. Oh boy. I mean, it doesn't really matter much here. I want basically, okay, it's like DVD size. Oops. We could quickly test install it and see if that works. What was the name though? It's the ISO prefix and then config. So ISO x86, what is he not? Oh, there, probably x86, glibc of x86-64. I think that is how it worked. Yeah, 1.1 gig, it's like, the bloat is real. Let's boot that as EFI. Let's maybe not give it that much. Oops. Bloody numlock. 4 gig should be enough installation with 8 cores or threads, and then where is it? Did I remove the ISO? Maybe I did. So let's quickly install that, see what happens, what we find today. What kind of... Alright, wait a second, not that I think I booted with my external... There's the thing, live on this channel nearly deleted my external USB drive. So let's test XFS that was previously broken and maybe still is. Can't mix this stuff up. Oh man, so much shit. I really hate to, this is why can people not focus on keeping their file system and other low-level tools like stupid minimal. We have InEH, the level of random, of modern high performance nonsense just for bloody MKFS, XFS it is silly. I have no words. And that is also why I want to design my nano kernel based microkernel system entirely different than this Unix inherited stuff. This is so hilarious. And that is why I mean, my tools could warn, maybe, yeah, but not today, not tomorrow. If I make it any better, you can't afford it anymore. I mean, you can't already not afford it any. I mean, soon I can't afford it anymore. If I continue to create such an amazing operating system supporting all possible CPU architectures for free, day and night, and then even need to answer support emails because stuff doesn't boot. So Let's do that again. Also, if you want to support all the stuff there, memberships, super thanks and chats, and GitHub sponsorship, and Patreon, or GoFundMe, or even plain old Patreon, right? Highly appreciated. All right, maybe I should have. Hey, now it works! Yay! Only libini like two new freaking. How much memory do we even burn here? Oh, only 66 megabytes. It's actually not that bad. I mean, I'm optimizing it, perfecting it here, right? So it's bad, yeah. So you could nearly install it on a 486 if you freaking wanted. So active as it is for this test, so it freaking works now. Create a new file system of freaking fat for the bloody iffy boot. Let's full install all this good stuff. Let's pay particular attention to the SSH stuff we modernized yesterday. My fans already spin up. Hello, liquid status. Can we do something? You know that you're building Linux distribution when your fans are 100%. What's a strange message? Ah, wait, I have a telephone conference soon. What is it with? So with European Standard Time, what is it in America? It is, so it would be, oh yeah, I think I have 40 minutes. I think if I don't mix bloody time zones and daylight saving bullshit. So, so this is our building, and maybe I should have actually CUTF-8. We know that. So there is still one type P that I should investigate if I ever have too much time and stuff. And then we can finally move on to freaking microkernel. I mean, of course, we will always perfect, like keep maintaining like data. Don't worry, data, our AI bot, and I and all our contributors will continue to maintain T2, of course, because as my friends say, it's the best freaking operating system. Money can't buy. But then finally, more microkernel goodness. That misc device, let's see how that freaking boots TM. Ah, darn, it's bloody. Cannot someone freaking fix this bloody VirtIO GPU shit to mod set correctly? This is like, why is this so broken? Everything else freaking works in this bloody mod setting. Yeah, must be reprofessionals. Did I use test? I use test. Let's see. Don't have hopes that this fixes the misc. No, it doesn't. So I still need to debug this font stuff. But yeah, I also need to. I will probably release T2 with this partially imperfect Firefox. Unless. Because I don't see that I find this bloody bug in an hour or two. This Firefox worked for decades, and since some updates, it's like if you started like that Kunload XPcom. I mean, maybe I try to, like, if you started like this, like what are big mega corporations doing, like make in Firefox. And also, by the way, I want to skip this step. Just give me freaking web browser. Yeah. Skip this bloody nonsense. All I want was freaking just browse the web right already. Can we, by the way, Oh, this freaking works already. So yeah, browser also works except this bloody XP.com nonsense. What else do we need to test? Probably nothing, right? It's probably, I mean, we could try, you know what, let's try if it is self-hosting enough to be able to... By the way, should we one day patch Xterm default to reverse video? Does this bloody white terminal trigger as you as me as much as it triggers me? Who loves... Did I remake a questionnaire? Sometimes I make funny polls, right? Don't forget to subscribe not only for all the update, but also funny polls. Did I once poll bloody terminal color? And I was surprised that people liked white background. Anyway, in my opinion, in my humble professional opinion, bloody terminal needs to be bloody black. I have no idea what is wrong with these Xterm developers. But yeah, design stuff. So check out HTTP. Oops. And let's quickly, so yeah, this stuff is building, obviously. Yeah, the load is already 63. It might, does it not? Degrade video streaming performance. Yeah, it would be, I mean, okay, let's make to-dos, because otherwise I forget about this. So this is done. All right, SSH, we need to test that. So theoretically, do I have this here? I have it here. Oops. Of course I have it here. We are professionals. Of course we have a freaking to-do file. Our Wunder list. Totally not cloud backed. Firefox and the bloody fonts. Don't even have a to-do for that, maybe. So Xterm fixed font question mark, whatever is going on. It might be just the font path, or I mean, it worked otherwise. Maybe it is xorg without config, because I'm starting xorg without config. Maybe the auto config doesn't have a font path in there, or some post install stuff doesn't run some old-fashioned MK font DR and font scale the way it should run. It's probably something stupid like that. I mean, given I work on this for 25 years and literally day and night, I probably should allocate 30 minutes for this font problem and like an hour to this Firefox stuff. And if this attention to detail and dedication impresses you, then share, like, and subscribe, maybe Patreon or YouTube, thank or super chat, or membership, all the good stuff. Can we finish a checkout? Yeah, maybe good someday. Maybe I should have a local mirror, not get it from the data center. So, stuff is building. Probably should contact some ARM vendor for some embarrassingly parallel ARM server, or Intel or AMD. If you have any contact there, or independently want to sponsor this channel. Speaking of which, sponsored by my company, which gracefully allows me to use this epic thread ripping servers for non-standard and T2 supporting means, and pay for all this random stuff. Why does this check out? Maybe I should have checked out without SSL. Yeah, it's some 4,000 packages and stuff. And my machine is busy. I mean, literally the same machine is a little busy, of loads of 70. Probably couldn't do that with Mac OS or Windows for all this snappy virtualization and live streaming performance. So then let's see if we can emerge Lua for a test. So that should with configures. Maybe one day we should quirk this Lua stuff there. Downloads. Probably. copied the default config. Yeah, that someday we need to. And actually LuaJIT is more... By the way, which parallel level do we... 8 threads, that's also... The last time some miscompilation triggered GCC or so. Segmentation faulting with LuaJIT, but today it does. Should we test gnat? Was gnat like misc? Hello. What is ADA? Do we not have an ADA sample? Oh, what an oversight. Anyway, actually we could test cross-compiled Rust of... Oops. Hello? Hello. Okay, that all works. Amazing stuff. I guess we don't really test it more. No, we don't have some virtual sound. So yeah, that's it for this video. Theoretically, actually, yeah, maybe I also have a Firewire and sound card plugin in it. Hewlett Packard Precision Architecture, RISC Workstation, previous video. So, shut down all that stuff and then call it a day. I hope you enjoyed this and learned something. The latest and greatest, most amazing, even more amazing than previously, and for more CPU architectures than ever, release coming any day. And I hope you enjoyed this and learned something. And have a good day and night, and see you soon for all the next fun stuff and regressions to come.